saying that we should not be creative, but like at the end of the day, there should be scale of preference at every point in life. Meaning that, for example, now your exams are getting close. If your exams are getting close, there should be what you're focusing at that period of time. When you have a little freer moment, there should be what you're focusing at that period of time. Thank you very much.
That was such a beautiful answer. Thank you so much for that. Sorry, please. Thank you for that. Eat and
sleep.
thank you. And then come back to re-strategize.
Don't sleep alone, no.
Funny how sleep is not a coping mechanism for me. I will be dreaming of what's doing me in my sleep or something. For me. So when people are like, oh my God, my brain is so hot, I want to first sleep. If I sleep, I will wake up, and I would even wake up, not the normal way you will roll on your bed. I'll wake up sitting up and remembering everything that's happened. So still, know what works for you. For some people, sleep might not be it. It might be something. It might be that book. It might be talking to family. That there are people I know that they are on and on and on, and you would think this person love. It's not love, or I need them. Like I really need to talk to my mom right now. That kind of thing.
Even watching movies too.
Even watching movies. For some people, it's relieving. For me, it's not. So preferences, like I said, I know you're wondering, like, what is my coping mechanism? Shouting. Okay, thank you for that. So the next question will be directed to Nurse Adeoshun. And this is a good one. It says, what is the difference between resilience and simply enduring pain in silence?
She said, wow. The difference between resilience and enduring pain in silence. They are very different, actually. And like we spoke about resilience, resilience is flourishing, thriving in the face of troubles, but you're trying to go through it. You're trying to go through that problem and come out better. But enduring pain in silence might look like resilience, but it is not. Enduring pain in silence is when you're trying to do hard guy. Like, I can do it. I can go through it. I don't need to talk to anybody. You feel like when you share your problem with somebody, when you talk to someone about what you are going through, they are going to look down on you, or you are going to look weak, or you are going to look like somebody that's you understand. I'm trying to look for the right word to use. Yes, thank you so much. So resilience is going through that problem, going through what you are going through, trying as much as possible to endure the storm, but still come out victorious, still thriving through the problem, still trying to use different coping strategies, positive coping strategies, like talking to someone, like crying. A resilient person should cry. Not that when you are enduring pain in silence, you might not want to cry. You might just want to talk. But a resilient person should break down and cry. Some people might not, actually, but it is a good sign when you cry. I cry. I cry a lot. There are sometimes that when I'm going through something, what I need is just like 30 minutes of a good cry to my father. Yes, in heaven. Like, just leave me where nobody will pass and say, what happened to you? Why are you crying? When I cry, my eyes is red. I will just clean my eye, and it will look as if I've received all the strength to go through. Like, everything just starts aligning, and I know what to do next and all. So, not crying and staying there, crying and rising. Remember what I said? I cry and I clean my eye and move. So, look for coping strategies. There was a time in school when I was in mental health school of nursing at Abeokuta, and I was going through survival mode. I was tired mentally, schoolwork, people were reaching out to me for one thing or the other, do this for me, come and it was looking like if I fail them, if I don't answer them, it will look as if I'm wicked. If I fail them, it will look as if I have to go to church, serve in church, do this, do that. But there was at some point it got to this place and I broke down. And I didn't break down personally. I went to meet my friend. And I said, you don't even know what I'm going through. I'm not fine. And you think I'm fine. And she was like, but you were just smiling now. Of course, I was smiling. I was enduring the pain in silence. I was smiling. They were still sending me message. Oh, yeah, go. I'll go. I'll be happy. If people come, I will accommodate them. But I was not okay. When I broke down, I cried. She hugged me and everything. And after that period, I was fine. So, enduring pain in silence is not a good sign. If you are here and that is your coping mechanism, please try as much as possible to change it, because it can lead to depression.
Yeah.
It can lead to you breaking down mentally. And you might find yourself in places or situations where you never wish to be. That's what makes some people land on the beds of neuropsychiatric hospitals sometimes. When you are just trying to go through everything, you are not speaking out, you are not telling anybody that this is what I'm going through, this is how I feel. You feel like if you tell somebody, they will start using that thing to look at you. I don't know how to.
Yeah.
Yes, like
Used
they will start
against
looking
you.
at you someone that, But try as much as possible to speak to who? A trusted person. Somebody that you can trust, not people that will start. There are some people that will actually look at you somehow because you shared your problem with them. So be careful who you share your problem with. That's another thing. A trusted person, somebody that is not going to judge you and is also going to hold your hands through the pain. So please don't endure pain in silence. That is not resilience. That is slipping into depression. Thank you.
Can we celebrate Nurse Adeosun? I think that was a very good one. Can we celebrate her once again?
Well said. Very well said.
Don't die in silence.
Don't
Speak
die in
out.
silence.
Yeah.
To a trusted person. Okay.
Very important.
So, the next question will be directed to Nurse Alabi Glory.
Okay, Nurse Alabi Glory. So the question goes thus: how do I recover from failure, mistakes, or setbacks without losing confidence in myself? How do I recover from failure, mistakes, or setbacks without losing the confidence in myself?
Okay, thank you so much for that question. By the way, hello everyone. This room is a little bit quiet. I believe that the things that we're talking about today are things that we can relate with, so we should participate some more, right? Okay, so the question says, how do I recover from failure, setbacks, and mistakes without losing
Confidence in myself.
I believe that if you're going to be anything meaningful, or you're going to build anything meaningful in life, you're going to have to go through these three things that he has mentioned: failure, setbacks, and mistakes. So first, I would say that you should come to a point in your life where you, quote unquote, get comfortable with these three things. And I want you to know that failure, mistakes, and setbacks, they actually don't define you. So you must first of all detach yourself from the feeling of failure, making a mistake and not reaching your goal. So you must detach your identity from it first of all, and understand that these things actually make you stronger. These things refine you and not actually define you. That's the first thing I'm going to say. And the second thing I would like to say is there is a way you can position yourself to leverage upon failures, mistakes, and setbacks. There is a way you can position yourself in such a way that you see them as stepping stones and you turn them to something valuable. So how do you do this? You sit back and reflect. Okay, what could I have done differently? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? What could I have done differently? Start to ask questions. I feel like many times the problem is that we throw things in the back burner, we just forget about things, or we try to live in silence like she mentioned, or she was trying to explain. We try to endure those things in silence instead of actually facing it. You have to start having hard conversations with yourself. You have to start asking yourself hard questions that, would shake you a little bit. And, when you do all of these things, you realize that you are not just reacting, but you are responding positively. You're not just reacting, but you're what? You're responding. So ask yourself questions like, what could I have done differently? Who should I speak with? Oh, I think I need help. Many times we fail to admit that we need help in certain areas of our lives. And that is why we would see that, you failed the first time, you would fail the second time, the third time, and the fourth time. Then you realize that, I think my confidence has been, quote unquote, shattered. So turn your mistakes, your failures, quote unquote, and setbacks to something valuable that you can leverage upon. And understand that you have to give yourself some grace. Your life is a work in progress, and all of this is just part of the process. There is nobody that has built anything meaningful. There is nobody that has done anything meaningful and sustainable that has not made mistakes, that has not experienced setbacks. So give yourself some grace and allow yourself to go through the process. But make sure that you are assessing and analyzing the situation. You're not just moving past it and just tagging it as, oh, I have failed, right? Make sure that you're analyzing it and turn those things to something valuable that can help you. I think that's all I have to say. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
So much for that. When she was speaking, it reminded me of this trend. This pit meme, this thing about who did this pit for me will fall inside. Do you know that there are some pits you need to fall inside so that you can grow and be refined in life? That was what just came to my mind. When we say, oh, every setback, back to sender and everything, there are some times that we might need retrogression in order to progress further. So all that she has said, you first of all accept that these things are okay in life. They refine
part of
and
life.
do not define you. And also ask yourself questions. Ask other people questions. So there are some mistakes that you made it once and it is enough, but you make it multiple times because we're not asking the right questions. I believe that represents what you said. Thank you so much.
She also mentioned something that I wanted to point out.
Okay.
How that we should ask for help.
Help.
And I think, when there is that repeated failure, there's how it diminishes your self-confidence. And many times it's because I want to do it. I want to get it. And there are many people that have gone through these phases that all you need is just an instruction. All you need is just one counsel around those things you are going through. And many times you don't want to ask for help. I think I remember I had something like that. I had failed comprehensive exam. I think it was anatomy I had to recite.
Wow.
And
I didn't know that.
the reason why I think I shared this story with some of my friends, and this was one of the exams that I reading with putting my legs inside cold water. I've never read like that before in my life. So I was so surprised because I poured in a lot of stuff. But it was when I asked for help that I found out that, passing anatomy was not about the amount of information. There was an how to pass anatomy. I realized, you have to draw pictures, you have to draw diagrams, you have to label, you have to arrange it. That was when I understood, because I was just pouring the information, everything that I remembered, I was putting it there.
I'm sure the lecturer was like, who be this guy?
Do you understand? I knew that I wrote. And when we're in pre-clinicals, it was more about just writing a lot of stuff. As medical students, we're just writing, whether the ones that make sense or not. But it was when I asked for help that I found out that, this is how to write anatomy. And I think that was the last anatomy exam I ever failed. Because I knew how to by asking for help. My confidence wasn't diminished to that point where I couldn't, rise back because I asked for help. So I think asking for help also from the right person is very important. Thank you so much, ma. Can we celebrate her once again?
So far, I'm learning so much, so much. So back to our Dr. Oyewusi. So this question is very sensitive because many of us as medical health practitioners, we work in the field and we see a lot of traumatic things out there. So the question is, how do I process patient trauma and grief without bringing it home?
It's an interesting one.
Yeah, so I want to learn. Where's my pen?
Someone said that health workers are very mean. See, all those nurses, they are very wicked. Those doctors, they are so heartless. That how can somebody be going through this and you are eating? See, they are even talking. How can they be talking with what patient is going through? Why are they laughing? Why is it? Of course, you should be able to read the room. But you see, I now told someone that I hope you know that when you see health workers a bit detached, it's because they have had repeated exposure And now they are trying to protect their own heart. We had an house officer about 5 years ago, 7 years ago. So she was posted to neonatal unit. And I think that night they had a few outborn patients. And in the space of 24 hours, she lost 2 patients. Or maybe 3 patients. She came to me and she was wailing. You know, it was difficult for me to see what's the problem now? Because she had lost 3 patients. They lost 3 patients that night. But she was wailing seriously. I mean, that thing took a toll on her. Not because they didn't do what they were supposed to do, but at least with the availability of resources available. Because you know that even in Africa, some of the things that we call, that's how God wants it. Somebody said she resumed in a neonatal unit in the UK. And in 6 months, they only had 1 mortality. In 6 months in the neonatal unit. 6 months. Say it was just 1 or maybe none safe. Okay? So, how do you protect yourself? I remember when I was a resident, I had one 24-hour period. I think I was on call and then the next day. And I did 4 amputations. I just discovered that by the next day, it was as if there was sand in my mouth. It was as if I was having sand granules in my mouth. Say, how could I have done cut 4 people's limbs for various important reasons? In fact, there was one of the patients that I did amputation for. He saw me about 2 or 3 months later with his son. He said, my son, that's the doctor that cut my leg. Say, what? I said, Baba, I'm not the one that cut your leg. I'm the one that did not allow your leg to kill you. Because your leg was going to kill you. So I didn't cut your leg. I'm the one that did not allow your leg to kill you. So what I'm saying is that repeated exposure. People have been on call and 4 people died. We're on call on a particular day. And like 2 patients died or 3. One man that was admitted for observation, he said he's going home. He said he doesn't want admission again. Please, let me go home. He had seen enough. Now, he just came visiting. How much more of somebody who is there every day? But the question is, how do you process it without putting the effect of that thing on yourself first and then on your family members? And that's why we're having discussions like this. That's why it's good to also talk to people who have gone through similar experiences. To say to yourself that, did we do what we were supposed to do? That's the first line. One of she is a consultant now. They had a patient that was pregnant and her due date had not yet approached. So she came to the hospital about a week or 2 before her date of delivery. So they looked at her. The baby was fine. Mother was fine. Blood pressure was normal. Everything was normal. Okay? And then they said, you are fine. Reported everything and discharged her home. Only for her to come back 48 hours later. And the baby was dead. So one of the doctors was now saying that, maybe the day she came, maybe we should just have gone to do CS and bring the baby out. And I asked, I said, on what basis will you say you have gone to do this CS? Just tell me. Was the mother in distress? Was the baby in distress? Was the time overdue? He said, that's why we have standards, operational and procedure. To say, did I do what I was supposed to do? Or did we do what we were supposed to do to the best of our ability or to the best of the available resources? Because sometimes the resources are not available and it's not primarily your fault. So it starts from doing what you are supposed to do, then talking to people who have been in similar situation. There are times that it's just that, in this part of the world, somebody says that, like the day that I had 4 amputations in 24 hours. If I told my ministry, I don't think I can come to work tomorrow. My mind is not, my mind cannot take this any longer. Well, maybe this place is even a bit better than some other places. Somebody may understand and say, don't worry, just go and take a rest. But in some other places, they'll be like, what are you saying? Is that not why you're getting salary? How can you say that your mind, or maybe you have a patient that you picked for case study, and you have been following patient, and then the patient develops pulmonary embolism and dies. That trauma is not just on the patient, it's also on you. Sometimes we're asking ourselves, what did I do wrong? What could we have done better? Now, those are valid questions. What did I do wrong so that I will not do it wrong the next time? That's one. Two is that, what could we have done better? Three is that, is there a way that we can anticipate this problem before they happen? Because sometimes some of the things that you say, there's nothing we could have done. Sorry. Some other people can actually anticipate. Or prognosticate what you feel that there's really nothing that we could have done about it. I once had a surgery for a patient. I mean, that patient was bad. People have seen him and they're like, I don't think it's worth it to do surgery for this patient. So when I saw the patient, I asked myself, I said, this patient, if you don't do surgery for him, he's going to die. If you do surgery for him, he may or may not die. So I told the relatives, I said, this guy had perforated for long, he's septic. If we leave him like this, he's going to die. If you permit us to take him in, he may or he may not survive. Is he okay? They said he's okay. And then we took the patient in for surgery. And the surgery was successful. But the patient did not recover from anesthesia. Because he was overly septic. His liver enzymes were down. Now, in retrospect, if I see that kind of patient again, there was no way there's no way I'm going to do a general anesthesia for that kind of patient, even though it was bad. We will not paralyze. We will tie the patient down, tie both legs, and I'll be giving little by little anesthesia that will wear out. That you give a little, the patient will be struggling with you on bed, will wear out. Because in retrospect, even though what you should do is to give a patient general anesthesia, but this patient is so down that his liver enzymes are not allowing him to recover appropriately. You see, rather than saying that there's nothing we can do, it's part of processing it. That now I know what else I can do ahead of time. And people who have gone ahead can probably say that, this patient. And that's why even if you've been in theater, you see people tell anesthesia, don't give my patient this, They will be telling the anesthetist, say, don't give my patient, and it will be like, this is standard. The man knows it's standard, but he also knows that something that can come out of it. So talk to people who have had it before. If you have to have a break, have a break. Know that it's part of the process and it will never go away. We must also realize it's part of the process and it will never go away. And then you must be intentional about how do they put that in? Not blaming the people in your life for what you are going through. There's a way that, I've forgotten the terminology. Okay? So, for example, somebody is here now, you have had a very busy night as a nurse, and then your fiancé is calling you 8 a.m. in the morning. And the person says, what's it now? Didn't you know that I was on call? How can you be calling me at 8 a.m. in the morning? Projecting. You are not even sensitive. All that, the person did not even know that you had a terrible night shift. You have had 1 week night shift. The first 5 days have been good. And then the last one was terrible. And you did not tell him the last one was terrible. And he's calling you as he would call normally. And he's like, what? Nothing's wrong with me. I say, are you okay? I'm okay. I say, that is not fair. That's wickedness. It's a different thing to say that, the night was not good. Can we talk at a later time? The person understands. Especially because all the other days that you have had night shifts, conversations have gone on. In fact, you are calling him on video call, you say, on the word, Nami do not. All of a sudden, everything has changed. The people in our lives should not be the recipient of what other areas of life is given to us. That's why sometimes some people don't even take work home. I had a classmate, when he was doing his job, he said, I have 2 phones. His work phone, that's the number all the people at work have. The moment I'm off work, let heaven and hell be falling. You will not be able to reach me. Of course, you also know that as you rise up in leadership and become heads of, you can't do that any longer. Okay? So, I hope I'm answering the question. I just hope I'm answering the question. But we must also realize that it won't go away. it will still show up again. But that's how we process. Sometimes you might need to discuss with some of your colleagues or your senior colleagues, what could we have done better? And sometimes you just need to take a break so that you not be feeling gravel in your mouth. Like I was feeling gravel after cutting 4 limbs in 24 hours. Thank you very much.
Well, that was a very rich response. That was a very rich response. Thank you for the drama.
Thank you so much, sir.
I didn't know you had it in you to, act. I didn't know. Okay, so our very own consultant psychiatrist, Dr. Ogunwobi, will have to take his leave soon. So we want to, welcome him to say a few words, contribute a bit, and whatever he has to say to us.
Thank you,
so
sir.
Please, let's celebrate.
Can we celebrate him?
Thank you for the honor to speak at this event. To be honest, I was just enjoying the event. I wasn't planning on speaking. But I was listening to what Dr. Yewusi was saying, so maybe I should just comment a little bit on it. And there's something he said which I think is very important. If any of you has done anything in palliative care, there's one of the principles we apply in palliative care, which is that death is a normal part of life. And that is one principle that helps me, recognizing that death is a part of life. In fact, I'm in the unit where I work now is an old age unit. And I always tell my coworkers, in fact, I'm the one that always raises the issue of death, that you cannot be in the old age unit and be afraid of death, that death is our work, even though I'm not in pathology. But if you're an old age unit, you lose most of your patients to death anyway. But if you accept that death is a normal part of life, then the thing we are worried about is we do not want suffering. So that's what I say. We accept death is a normal part of life. What we do not like is suffering. So many times I ask myself that even if this patient passed on or we lost this patient, was I able to reduce this patient's suffering as part of the process? If I'm able to, I count that as a plus. I count that as a positive. So, and as I always say, you cannot always expect to achieve 100% with your patients, but you can expect to give 100%. So if you are convinced you have given 100%, then you shouldn't hold yourself to blame for not achieving 100%. However, if you have not successfully given 100%, then you should hold yourself accountable for not giving 100%. And then you should do better. So another mantra I have a lot of mantras anyway. Another mantra I have is that I do not regret any action I take based on the information available to me at the time I took the decision. What that means is that if at the time I took the decision, every information available to me meant that that was the right decision, even if later I discovered that there was some information that was not available to me that made that my decision wrong, then it is not my fault because I cannot know what I do not know. So some of these mantras, some of this is what we can call cognitive restructuring. You give yourself cognitive schemes that help you to relieve psychological stress. So, these things are helpful in medicine. So when you're able to ascertain that you have given 100%, you ascertain that you used every information available to you at the time and used it to the best of your ability. Then you can, your conscience is clear that you did your best. And then we're also, I believe most of us are Christians here. We also work with the mantra, we care, but God heals. So what that does is, like Dr. Yewusi said, it was God's will. I've forgotten. So we also use that as a get out. When you have done your best, you have used all the information available, you have taken what you thought was the right decision, and the outcome was not what you want, then you leave it to God. That's God, that's your own. No, you are the one that handle the remaining aspect. And it also helps sometimes because there's one practice I have. And those who have worked with me, know this. Anytime I see a patient, particularly for the first time, I try to prognosticate. Every time I see a patient, I try to tell the patient, okay, this is what we believe will be the cause of your illness, if we think it's going to move faster, whatever. And I believe that when prognosticating, particularly when communicating with patients, you promise little as much as possible. You manage their expectations. So what I find out is that when you do all this, you hardly encounter, well, let me not sound like a superhuman, but you don't often encounter situations where you go home and then, you are feeling bad, oh, that I killed my patient or something like that. You are able to leave, free your mind from whatever happened at work and go home. And another thing Dr. Yewu said, which is quite important and which I practice a lot, I do not carry work home. I do not carry work home. In fact, all my colleagues know me. After a certain time, you don't call me. If you call me, it will go to voicemail. I switch off my phone at night. I have, in fact, mine is very funny. I have a different number for Bowen, a different number for different places that I work. I work in, so that if I want to be unreachable in one center, I can be unreachable there, and reachable in other centers. Yes, because you have to compartmentalize your life. People should not have access to you all the time. And I tell my patients, if you collect my number, it will be useless to you because you will not be able to reach me. If I see a strange number and I'm not in the mood, I will not pick it. Even if I see a number I know and I'm not sure this person has something important to say, I will not pick it. Sorry, some of you may have called me and I didn't pick it. Many times you will see a message. I'll just use one of those custom messages. Busy right now, please send a message. Why am I doing that? I want to screen. If it's important enough, you will send the message. If you don't send the message, I believe you are not serious. I will not even call you back. If you send a message, then I will try and clarify. If it's something important, then I can say, okay, call me by so and so time. I'm sure anybody that has dealt with me has experienced something like that at some point in time. So you have to be disciplined because this work is very stressful, physically and psychologically. And if you allow the stresses to overwhelm you, then, well, whatever comes to you, you take it like that. Thank you.
Can we celebrate our doctor? Thank you so much, sir.
This is the last time I'll ever believe the statement, I don't have much to say. Because that was what he started with, and now we're all wowed. Thank you, sir, for your insights. Thank you so much, sir. So back to our panel session. Are we enjoying it so far? So what matters? Please celebrate yourselves. Thank you. Thank you for your resilience. So we'll be asking the last, okay. Now we'll be asking Eunice Adeyemo her next question. Hold on a minute, please. For a second. Okay, so.
Eunice, second question.
Yes.
I think that has been asked.
Yes, that has been asked. Okay, I'm looking for another. Okay, how do I protect my mental health in a profession that constantly demands more? Or would I say in a discipline that constantly demands more?
Thank you so much for that question. I'll be speaking as a student, of course. So how do you protect your mental health in a course that mentally demands more? I think it's, for some people, or for someone like me, I would say that the place of planning is very important. Like, you need to know how to plan your time. You need to know when to take your breaks. For example, there are some days of the week that I just set it out as my rest day. And when is my rest day, there's no meeting. Any meeting you send to me or you say, oh, Eunice, are you available by this time? That particular day, for the sake of my peace of mind, I will not disclose the day. But there's a particular day of the week that I call my rest day. And the only thing I do that day is go for class, go for posting, and spend me time. And that's because of, at the end of the day, if you keep on doing a lot of things and you don't rest, you will break down. And gradually, you start slipping into the survival mode that Nurse Adeosun talked about because you don't have enough time to rest. So the first thing you want to do is to, number one, create a good plan on what am I doing today, what am I doing this week, what classes, and the truth is that we are students. you must leave allowances. For example, you woke up that morning and you're like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, today is my rest day and this thing. And the next message you see is, Prof, this person would like to have a class with you by 7 p.m. And you know, one annoying part of that story is by 7 p.m. because it's like, you most likely have something else to do. So you must also not make so rigid plans for your mental health or even for your day. Then number 2 is that communicate with people when you feel overwhelmed. Like, the place of a support system cannot be overemphasized in medical school or even in the medical profession, because you need somebody to talk to sometimes. Some days, everything is just coming at you. Like something that Dr. Ewusi said, when you, as a medical student now, you have this patient and the patient has laughed with you and you're shouting, my patient, and you come back the next day and it's like, your patient is not on the ward again. And the first that comes to your mind most times, she has gone home.
Or something.
She has gone home. Thank God, oh, this thing. Then someone now come and say, your patient has gone. Oh, gone to where now? Something like that. And that day, initially, your day has already been scattered. Like, you're not thinking, oh, my patient, oh, this. And it just affects you. And some days you even cry, and you now meet the patient relative, and you that you said you're part of the managing team that day. The patient relative will start to ask you some questions, and you have to run away from the ward, and funny things like that. So in times like that, sometimes you need people to communicate with. You need people to talk to about how you are feeling, and even taking out time to enjoy yourself and make yourself happy. And one thing I also try to do is that in every posting, try to find something that makes you happy in that posting. Like, don't come to, for example, now I'm in Angie and Pete. Like, some days I come and I'm just so excited about, the babies that are coming to earth. Not because of maybe I know the woman or not, but I just need something to make me happy in that posting. Because when you're happy doing something, it looks less of a stress than when you don't even feel like being there. If they say just maybe, come and count contractions, the first thing they are doing is, oh God, deliver me from medical school. Even the barest minimum is a lot when you don't want to be there. So one thing you want to do is to make sure that you are happy being in that place. If it's internal medicine, find something if it's that you create your personal fun facts. And there's one thing I used to say every morning when I wake up. I used to tell myself, my passion for medicine has woken up again this morning. And all those statements I'm telling myself is not because of maybe necessarily I'm happy to be there, but I just need to remind myself that I'm happy to be here. We need to be happy to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that contribution. Train your mind to be happy where you are, and I think that's also it's part of the definition that Nurse Adeosun gave for thriving, where you are not just existing or enduring, but you are actually growing, you are living, and you are employing the resilience that you have. Thank you for that. So, Nurse Adeosun, we're going to ask the same question, but in relation to your profession. So, host, please, the question again. Okay. Should I? Okay.
Yeah, you can go on.
How do I protect my mental health in a profession that constantly demands more?
How do I protect my mental health in a profession that demands more? I'm a nurse by profession, yes. A mental health nurse. But trust me when I say on some days, even my profession is coming for my mental health. Honestly. Like, Nurse Adelani used to post, you say the lifesaver needs saving. When the lifesaver needs saving. When the mental health nurse also needs somebody to help her with her mental health, because it happens. And Eunice has said a lot of things about it from the standpoint of a student. But I would say, from the standpoint of being a professional, being a nurse, we must understand that taking care of others begins with taking care of ourselves first. Taking care of my patients, ensuring they are fine, ensuring that, okay, when I get to the ward, and I work in a very interesting ward, I work in a male ward, and they are always active. Those people don't want to know that you are not fine. So when you come to work and you're even frowning, they're like, no, Oshun, what happened to you today? This. Why you they do like this? And they can just face you and they will talk to you anyhow. And you just have to smile and be happy with them. But there are sometimes that the workload is yeah. I shared an experience. I'm sharing the one that happened on Tuesday because that's the most recent one that I can remember. That was the last time I went to work this week, and it was not easy for me to go through, honestly. I'm saying it over and over again because I went through a lot that day. My mental health was almost exploding. How will I say it? I was almost losing it that particular day. And I remember that you are going to speak somewhere this weekend about mental health, mental resilience, and you are going through this and all. Find ways you can cope. It demands more. You have to give in your best. You have to give in your best. Our doctors too have said a lot of things about patient care and all. Do your part. Know that you have done the best you can do, but you can't kill yourself. You can't. There is a limit to which you can go. In a profession that demands more, in a profession that's workload, short staff, especially where I work, we are very, very short-staffed. Imagine me taking care of 20 men, just 2 female nurses on night duty, with 20 grown men. And you just have to, be on your A game if you want to go through that shift successfully. So, look for things, try to do things that can help you personally. Personally, what I did in my ward, because I know I have to be in this place at least 2 to 3 times a week, and most times overnight. I try to make the ward feel like home to me, to help me to think better sometimes. You get to the ward sometimes and everywhere is just scattered. When I was transferred to my new ward, I entered the nursing station and there were just a lot of pasting on the wall. Names of people that have gone, different type of things, plaster, everything on the wall. What did I do? I removed everything one night's duty because it was affecting me. Personally, I don't like when things are just scattered, disorganized. It makes me disorganized too. So what did I do? I removed all those papers from the wall. I wrote it in a neat sheet. The number of telephone number to EEG room. Kinikon, sorry for speaking Yoruba, but you will see different things, unnecessary things on the wall. That why are these things here? Things that they have written since 2011. Those ones, unnecessary information, I removed it. The ones that were necessary, I wrote it in a neat paper and I pasted it back on the wall. So instead of having a lot of yama on the wall, everything was now in a neat sheet. You need the phone number of doctor, this is here. You need the phone number of doctor. It's helping me. So when I see it there, when I enter the ward, I'm happy. And everywhere is neat, everywhere is organized. So in that way, my mental health is protected in a way. Another thing that I did was that I tried as much as possible. I'm still on the point of making your workplace feel like home, making it homely for you. I tried as much as possible I wrote some write-ups that I know can help me and other people, other nurses on the ward. I wrote it, I designed them, printed them out, and I pasted it on the wall. Self-care begins to taking care of yourself. Patient care begins to taking care of yourself. You are stronger than your mind. You are this. Mental health matters. Kiriko. I posted them on the wall. So when I enter the ward and I see those things, it makes me happy because that's something that I do in my own room. In my room too, I have a lot of things on my wall. So when I enter the ward, I feel safe. When I read those things, it helps me. It boosts what it boosts my morale to taking care of my patients. So that's just the point. That is making workplace feel safe, making workplace homely. Another thing you can do is to practice some, I spoke about deep breathing then, but we didn't practicalize it. There are some times that you just need to go inside the toilet and breathe before you come outside to continue your work. So the profession demands more. The profession demands you to to give in all. When you have 80, he's asking for 100. When you have 20, he's asking for 50. So in a profession that demands more, these things that I've mentioned can help us to thrive. Thank you. God bless you.
Let me breathe my own now.
Like,
Can we give a round of applause for our nurse?
Thank you so much,
ma'am.
We appreciate your contribution.
Yeah, I think we can ask maybe one or two questions from the audience.
Okay, we're
Maybe
taking
just
questions
one,
from the
just
audience
one or two.
now. Because of our time.
Our panelists are already exhausted. We care for their mental health too.
Yes.
All right, so we're just going to be taking one or two questions. Does anyone have a question you want to ask, or you've written it down? Okay, I'm seeing someone's hand. One.
Okay.
I want to give an opportunity for one more person.
Any other person? Question?
No, raise your hand.
Contribution. No, some people may not have questions. They may want to add.
Okay, you want to add. Okay, if you want to add, but I'm just two. One person has decided to ask a question. Any other person? Let me see your hand.
Question, contribution.
A question or contribution? Question.
Okay.
All right, so I think we have our two people already. Can we give a round of applause to them?
So my question, how do you change your coping mechanism if it's enduring pain in silence and you don't feel comfortable sharing it with even a trusted person?
Wow. I said coping mechanisms.
Some of these coping mechanisms I go to use them. All right, did you get the question?
So if your coping mechanism is
enduring in silence,
how do
and
you change
of course we've spoken about that, we should change that. And she said
Resilience.
also if you're not comfortable sharing it, even if it's with a trusted person. So I think this person's problem is more with opening up to people. It's not even a matter of whoever the person is. Opening up is the person's issue. So how can they conquer it? I think the way she's nodding, she has the answer. Can we celebrate her?
Okay, so I have quite a number of things to say, and I would like to say that topics like this, I enjoy talking about things like this. First of all, I think she mentioned something and she made emphasis on positive coping mechanisms. So, enduring pain in silence, first of all, is a negative coping mechanism. So let's even scratch that. Let's remove that from the way. And I would like to say to you that, or to the person, if you're not the one, that I think you need to heal. Like you need to go on a journey of healing and mindfulness. It's possible that maybe in the past you've tried to share your thoughts or your pain or what you're going through with certain people and they did not handle that carefully or they did not handle that well. Right, I can see you nodding your head. So I want you to give other people a chance. So now I believe that you've learned a lot from that experience. So let's bring that into the present. Look around you. Who are the people that you talk to the most and you feel comfortable talking to or speaking with? These are the people that you know that when you tell them that this is what I am going through, they do not just prefer solutions, they also make you feel safe. I'll digress a little bit. Many times as healthcare providers, a lot of people see us as their safe spaces. Patients see us as their safe spaces. They tell us about their financial problems. They tell us about their health problems and the likes. But even healthcare providers do not have safe places, right? We feel like we can do everything. We can take everything upon ourselves and do everything that we want to do. We try to form ad guy, ad lady, and the likes. So you have to intentionally create safe spaces for yourself. It could be a family member, it could be a colleague at work, it could be your friend, your roommate. I think you should give that another try. Do not let the experience or the experiences that you've had kind of restrict your limits, how you change that part of your life. Or basically, I'm admonishing you to give it a try. Do it again, but do it with a better person and with a better perspective. Did I answer your question? Thank you.
Wow, thank you. That was insightful.
So can we give a round of applause for her?
Okay.
Hope she answered the question. That's
Very
why they are
well.
here.
Even the smile can tell. You can tell. Okay, so the next person here. Please, let's celebrate.
All right, so before we do that, our host said we should give a shout out to the technical unit. Yeah. I think they're doing a good job. The audio is very clear in the streaming, and so can we give them a shout out again? Woo! Thank you, technical team. All right, please, your question.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. I'm so sorry, please, my question, I want to be specified to Dr. Oyeosi.
All right.
Because Dr. Oyeosi is a leader here in Buth, and this question is particular to leadership. That particularly as leaders, how do we cope with our struggle? Because we're in a world that they expect leaders to be perfect. Leaders don't expect leaders to break down. They expect you to be up and doing. Maybe, for example, if maybe you're a leader in a fellowship, you have to take care of your members. You have to take care of your cabinet. You have to do this academically. You must not fail. How would they expect? Like, how do we cope as leaders? Because as many times we don't really have, particularly to leaders, we don't really have much people around that we can actually speak with. So how do we cope with stress? And one more question is, as students, how do we balance a lot? Because we're in a world that tells us you can do more, you can be this, you can do that, and all of that. So how do we cope? How do we bring a balance? How do we avoid not making mistakes?
It's a valid question, and one of the first things that if you are a leader you must do is you must ask yourself, what I set out to do, am I doing it? And there are two ways that you must balance. One is goal orientation that aligns with the vision that you have for your leadership. And then the other is people orientation. What it means is that you must have a good balance between achieving your goals in leadership and leading the people well or taking care of the people. Now, there's a thin line between leading people well and seeking people's validation. And because, I'm sure many of us did economics, and one of the first things in the first chapters of most economics textbooks is that resources are limited. What it means is that you cannot please everybody. If you set out to please everybody, you set out to please nobody. You can please most people many times, but you cannot please everybody at all times. Sometimes because their requests are not valid, other times because the resources are limited. So the moment you understand that as a leadership, we want to do much more. But whether because of the scarcity of time or scarcity of people or scarcity of resources, we cannot do everything we want to do yet. But we can take it one step at a time. So that even if people are trying to score you, they can say, well, even though they have not done all of this, at least we know that they have done this part. That's one. Two is that I read a post a few days ago. Somebody said there are times or places that you are a leader, but other times or places you are a follower, other times or places you are a supporter, other times or places you are an observer. What it means is that you cannot carry your leadership energy from your place of primary assignment to every other place that you go to. That way you will stop learning. And then that way, you will not have people who can be true to you. What it means is that if you are, for example, when I was in school, I was fellowship president. But I have friends that we play PlayStation together. And then I have friends that we are in discussion group together. And when we are in discussion group, it is no longer fellowship president. It is the topic we ask you to discuss. It's your turn to come and discuss it. What it means is that as you recognize people who are in your life because you are a leader and they just want you to deliver, you must also recognize people who are in your life because of mutual affection and compatibility. That they like you for who you are. They are willing to contribute into your life, and you're also willing to contribute into their life. They are the ones who can tell you the truth without judging you. They are the ones who can say, no, what you did is not right. I don't hate you, I'm not fighting you, but what you did is still not right. If you don't have those kind of people in your life, then you will carry burdens that are not yours. Even in leadership, there are times that some people can notice that you're under so much pressure. Somebody was asking earlier that if you don't want to talk to people, what do? You must learn to talk to people. But there are people that you don't even need to talk to. There's a gaze that they see on your face and they know that something is wrong. In fact, there are times people notice something is wrong with you when you yourself have not even calmed down on what you think is wrong. And then I once had a student. I said, you're not feeling well. He said, I'm feeling well. There's nothing wrong with me. I said, okay, no problem. I said, you that I'm looking at, you're not feeling well. He said, I'm feeling well. I'm fine. I said, okay. 2 days later, I saw her in GOPD. She came to see doctor. I said, you have now discovered what is ongoing. So there are people in your life who can sense. And all of us need those kind of people. But you cannot have those kind of people except you recognize relationships and associations not just as a tool to get, but as a tool to give and to get. Meaning that as you are giving, you are getting. What it means, my best man, I was also his best man. He got married before me. When we're in school, right, he could come to my house in a month. He could come to my house 8 or 10 times in a month. If I go to his house, maybe it's once in 3 months or once in 2 months. But we had equitable contribution to the relationship. But if he comes to my house, I have to make him comfortable. I have to get food available. I have to do, because by virtue of the kind of responsibilities that we took, it was easier for him to come to my house. Not because I don't want to go to his house. And he realized it, and he never really took offense that how come I'm the only one. The moment somebody is saying how come I'm the only one, it means that the contribution to that association is no longer equitable, and you must do something about it. So sometimes, some people will give more time. Some people will give more gifts. Some people will probably give more money. Some people will give more idea than the other person. But everybody must have something that they are giving appreciably. You need those kind of people in your life. And then, of course, you also need people who are way ahead of you that you can sit down to talk to. That's how you will survive that. And the fact that you're in leadership does not mean that people do not recognize that you are human. You are the only one thinking that, it will mean that I'm in leadership. People know that you are a human being now. In fact, it's so interesting that people who have been in leadership position before, the moment you are now the leader, they will not look at themselves as if I've been in leadership before. They will say, you are our Oga. Oh yeah. What will you have us to? So you must recognize that you are human. You need people in your life. You need quality people in your life. And you must be selective about having quality people in your life. And the best way to have quality people in your life is that the moment you are meeting somebody, the first question you must be asking yourself is, what can I contribute into this person's life? That's how you draw and keep quality people. Most people that are, if you are in position of authority, most people that are calling you, sometimes I look at my phone, I say, all the people that have called me today, there's really none of them that has anything to do for me. They just want me to do something for them. And if you go through life like that, the only set of people you are calling are the people who want something from you. After a while, they will drain you of all energy. So, I don't know if I'm answering your question, but I've been there and I understand. But one of the things I have in my life is I have quality people in my life. I can tell you that for free. I mean, I have friends that we probably have not seen in 4 or 5 years. And if I need something, I say, I need to get this thing done. Can you get me this? They will wire it without thinking. And we have not seen in 5 years or 7 years. But all the people in my life, I don't forget them. When they give birth, when they are traveling, when they are writing exam, when their children are going to school, when they have birthdays, I don't forget them. I reach out to them. I call them. I send them messages. When I see them, there's a way that, sometimes people post statuses and it's showing what they are going through. Sometimes it's not what they are going through, it's what other people are going through. But there are some people, when they post certain things, I know it's because something is ongoing. And when I reach out, I'm not even talking about their status. I just reach out and We just interact and then they go. Sometimes they are in your mind and you say a word of prayer for them. That's how you have good and quality people in your life. And all of us need it. All of us will not be strong at all times. That's why the Bible says that two are better than one, for they will reap a good reward for their labor. If one falls, the other will pull him up. And he now says that woe to him who falls alone and there's nobody to pull him up. So that's how you must realize it. The other one is that you must also build structures for your own personal development. I've been in school, and there are times that even people in church leadership have failed the exams and all of that. But sometimes it's not because it is not their participation in politics or their participation in fellowship that is making them fail exam. It is that they do not have a structure, or that they do not know how exams are tested, or that they do not have quality people in their life who can be of good support. I have a colleague of friends in school that if there is an handout, a material, something that comes out, if I'm not there, that thing must get to me even if I was not there. And there are some of them that thing must get to them in the middle of the night. We had, I'm sorry, I hope I'm not taking your time. We had one exam, I think it must have been pharmacology, block 1. We were about 166 in class. Only 3 people got above 50. And they released the results. I got 44. Only 3 people got above 50 when we did that exam. So when we were going to do block 2 or second semester, boys went to war. Say what happened the last time must not happen again. So we're reading all manner of text. And as people were reading text, somebody just came up with one book. He said, I think that this man picked the last exam from the MCQs at the back of this book. And then we looked at it. Lo and behold, that's where I got it from. That day, we made copies. There were people who had gone home. I took it to their house. My friends told me, and Feyi and Dolapo said, take. By the time we were writing the second, we were getting 68, 66. It was all going up. But it was because of association. Because some people did not see that thing. I hope you know. Some people did not see it and they failed again. So structure of people, structure of systems, those are the things that you need. And sometimes you need to read or watch some videos that show how people have gone through all of those processes. And you must also recognize what your strengths and what your weaknesses are. Some people are long-term readers. What it means is that if you're a long-term reader and you don't have time to read, you know that you know those things, but it's not ingrained in your mind. I'm sure you saw that MCQ kit that somebody made. He said, which of the following, and then the first one was osteomyelitis, second one osteomalacia, osteoporosis. And the guy was like, osteo. See, I know it too. And then he went to the next question, pneumonia, pneumoconiosis. He said, and I know it's one pneumo. It's because he has some knowledge. He didn't have the depth of understanding. And I had a friend that, he says, I've not read. What she was saying is that I've not read it 4 times. Me, if I say I've not read, what I'm saying is I've not seen it at all. So when we say I've not read, we were not saying the same thing. So that kind of person needed more time to read. I, for example, don't joke with 24 hours before exam. Personally. 24 hours before exam. Miracles happen. There are things I know in 24 hours. I'll be asking myself, wait, how did I get to know this thing before the exam? It's not like I've not been reading. But I have friends that 24 hours before exam, they have stopped reading. That's the end. They say, I don't want pressure. In fact, if you talk around, they say, don't say anything. I've arranged it in my head. Just leave me alone. So you must also know what your strength is and what your weakness is. Because sometimes what you are saying people feel is that the system they are being examined under is not what they are used to, or it's not what aligns with their personality the more. That's why people leave the country. And the same person that was getting 40 here is getting 96. The same person that they said had receipt has gone to nursing school in UK or Canada and is 94 and is distinction student. And they are saying, there's nothing that changed now. It's just that the way things are being tested aligned much more with the person's personality. I don't know if I answered your question.
Please,
Can we celebrate
a
Dr.
round of
Yewusi?
applause for that.
That was a good
Thank
one.
you so much,
Thank you so
sir.
much, sir.
Thank you, sir. So we've come to the end of our panel session. I know I didn't want to.
Someone has one more
end.
question.
Okay, somebody has one
Yeah.
more question. Okay,
All
one
right,
more
so
question.
you can stand. Okay, let me give her the mic. So this is the last question, please.
So concerning like sharing the problem to people, I wanted to ask, what if after sharing the problem, then you end up discovering that the shared problem was like other people begin to know about the problem? What do you do in that kind of scenario? Since it's supposed to be a secret between you and the person you shared it to, but you end up discovering that other people knew about it.
Okay. Dr. Yewusi wants to scatter that question. So let me breathe first.
See, let me tell you something. You bought a 17 Pro Max, and your 17 Pro Max is not charging. Eh? And then you've taken it to a place. They say we can't fix it here. They now take you to a place where they can fix it. They have told you the price. They have told you it will be fixed. You have two options. One is, do I want my phone fixed? Or will I be ashamed that people know that my new phone is not charging? Now, we are not saying that it is okay for somebody to know about your challenge and share it with other people. No, that's not okay. The real question is that sharing, was there solution? That should be priority. Am I saved? I was sinking in water. Somebody rescued me. The first thing is that, have you been rescued? If you have been rescued, they now say, I hope you know that Tolani went to the swimming pool and she almost drowned. It's okay. It's somebody that is alive that can tell the story of, I almost drowned. The people that are dead can never have the story of, I almost drowned, because they actually drowned. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. But we must not be selective about the people that we share our life to. It's like when people are married and they say, if you are married, don't ever share whatever is going in your marriage with anybody. It's not true. What they are saying is that don't share what is going on with senseless people whose aim is to destroy your marriage. There are times that you need to share what you are going to with people who can reinforce that marriage and make it stronger. Do you understand what I'm saying? So sometimes it's because of our background. If we grew up in environments where people are not encouraged to say what is in their mind, they say to children, my friend, keep quiet there. A child wants to say, mommy, my friend, keep quiet. Don't you know people are around? Don't you know you want people to be saying that about you? Do you understand what I'm saying? And that can worsen our situation. It can put people in depression. It's called repression. You have things in your mind you wish to say, but you don't trust anybody to be able to say. See, whatever information that is going out of you, you must assume the information has gone out. It will pain you if you hear it, but you must first assume. What that does to you is that even if you hear it outside, you know that you can't trust that person another time, because you know that there's no other way someone else would have heard about it except through this person. But you see, the real challenge is that you are already rescued. You are saved. You have been directed to the appropriate place. And then sometimes what you don't want people to hear about, sometimes people hear about it and they salute you. They say, so this is what this person was going through, and was smiling with all of us as if he doesn't have life problem. And he has this kind of challenge and he survived it. They actually salute you. In fact, sometimes it becomes a point of reference to say that, I know somebody who was going through this and they survived it. So it's one of the loops to keep you bound and not be free, to say, what if somebody hears? Assume that somebody will hear. But if you now hear, you know that kind of person is not somebody that you can do what? That you can trust the next time. But the question you must ask yourself is, did I get help when I shared? There are two ways you get help from sharing. Sometimes it's not that the person is helping you. Sometimes the mere fact that you shared actually brings clarity to situation. There are not so many guys here, but you know that if a lady says, there are times they say, I just want to rant. Have you heard that kind of thing before? Most guys assume that if a lady is ranting, she wants help. Or sometimes doesn't want help. You just want to be able to say everything. She knows what to do. So if you are a smart guy, all you need to do is you say, hey, yeah, hey, ha. And then you say, so what do you do now? What do you think? Not, you should have just gone to meet so and so. You are hurting that person the more. You say, you should, but you should have, you don't know, you just stay, listen, and then be asking questions. Be asking questions. Before you are done, the person will come up with solution herself. We'll even write it down and say, they will even be surprised that they have solution. But sometimes they need that thing as some sort of energy to build up what will bring that solution. So sometimes that's what sharing does. It's not that the person is the one solving it. It is that as you have shared it, you also have some sort of clarity, which is beneficial to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? You even be surprised at what AI models can show you. Say, I have 17 jobs to do. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know how to. You put it there, you say, well, I suggest that you first and foremost reach out to write down this, and you'll be surprised that, so I can have these kind of solutions. So you cannot say that there's nobody in the world that is trustworthy. That's the devil's deceit. You cannot say so. There will be somebody. It might be immediate family. One of the ways God takes care of people is that He places the solitaries in families. That's one of the ways God takes care of people. If it's your family of orientation, good. If your family orientation cannot handle it, He will put you in the company of certain people, and your life will change. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you must balance it and ask yourself, am I getting help? If you are getting help, it's okay. And the help is in two ways. One is as you are sharing, you are seeing clarity. Two is that somebody was owing a large sum of money, and he wanted to sell his house. He now shared with his friend. That one said, are you okay? Why we share house? Go to the bank. Don't tell them that you don't have their money yet. But this is the amount that you have that you can be paying every month. Will they take it? I say, why? He said, go and tell them like that. And the man went to tell them in the bank. The man said, what you want to be paying is too small. Can you increase it? Okay, I will increase it. He would have sold his house. Now that kind of person is now saying, I shared with you, Staragbaja is now telling people that I was owing money. Somebody that would have sold the house that was rescued. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's one of the ways. I know for many young ladies, the way it happens is maybe usually around relationships or something. Maybe you have a friend and you like a guy. You now told that I like this guy. And then go and hear it outside. Say, which kind of nonsense is this? But the truth is that if you like the guy, you hear it outside. Is the guy likes you. You'll be surprised that the relationship has started and is going well. Rather than holding on that, how did they hear? How did they hear? There's nothing like how did they hear when goal is being achieved. But it will only tell you that this person is not somebody that you can trust towards the next time. And sometimes you have even blamed people that they took your matter out. And in retrospect, you are thanking God that they did it. Say, if not because of that loud mouth now. Now they know. But they know and they have helped you. So you must look at it in two ways. I hope I answered it.
Wow, I think that was a very beautiful perspective.
Very beautiful.
There's something my pastor always says, that the best of a man is always a man. The best of a man will always be a man. You have a question?
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
You have a question? A contribution? Okay, contribution.
1 minute. 1 minute to do that.
Hope your question was answered. Okay. So.
Thank you very much. So one thing I just want to add to it is the type of friends you have around you also matters. Not just everyone you smile with are the people you will trust. So when I was in 300 level, Olamide here made me understand the fact that some people are to be called acquaintance, some are to be called friends. And also some friends I've also worked with to tell you, this person is my classmate and not my friend. Not everybody in your class is your friend. Not all your roommates from 100 level should be your friends. Some are just to be there for a short while, some are to be there for a long while. So that is how you know, not just everybody you smile with, oh, this person is my friend. Who is this? This is your friend. So you have to be careful of the set of people you call your friend. Then among that friend, you look for the one you see that has sense up there and you can actually now talk to. Thank you very much.
Just that one. Thank you
Omo,
so much for that.
that one was serious.
Please, I encourage everyone here, be the friend that has sense. Don't go outside looking for...
Clock it now, clock it, clock it,
Don't
clock
look for
it.
Mr. Right.
Be the sensible friend. Eh?
Let's be, and what you are will attract others.
Yeah.
Thank you, every single one of you. Can we celebrate,
Our panelists?
Media, please, can we have a picture with them before?
Yeah.
Media, please.
And if you have relationship issue for
Please,
mental
can we get
health,
a picture
you
with
can
them
see us
before?
after.
Our panelists, please rise up in the fullness of your glory.
Relationship
Thank you
issue.
so much for being here. Relationship what?
Who should you see? Relationship issues. Sir, they are saying who should they see for relationship issues?
Okay,
Call your mommy. I'm coming.
Please, let's with a round of applause.
As they go
Let's
back to their
celebrate
seats,
them
can
as
we
they go
celebrate them?
back.
Thank you,
Thank
sirs.
you for so insightful.
Thank you, Mar.
What I particularly enjoyed, I enjoyed listening to nurses, students, doctor. It was just an all-inclusive experience. How many of us agree? Please, let's celebrate them one more time. It was good.
What a conference. Yeah, it was very beautiful.
Okay, so we believe that every conversation, any
Technical. When we needed
for the
music,
music.
he did not give us.
is for our mental well-being.
Technical.
So let's do our catchphrase. Buth Mental Health Conference 2.0 is surviving enough.
Because only no I'm hearing. No.
Let's do it again.
Okay, we can leave it as no, Abby. We should leave it as no. But we have to shout. Okay, we should not leave it as no. All right, let's say it again. Let's take that again.
Okay, Buth Mental Health Conference 2.0 is surviving enough. Please celebrate yourselves. Thank you so much. So we believe that every meaningful conversation should lead to action. And in light of that, let's welcome on the stage Dr. Fing Folua for the recommendations based off of what we've spoken about.
To the Buth community.
He's popularly known as F-Jazz. Please celebrate him.
So, he's going to be giving us recommendations. Also, okay, maybe I will announce that after. If you've not followed Lighted Minds Initiative, please ensure you do so now.
On Instagram.
On Instagram, Lighted Minds Initiative. So everybody bring out your phones. Bring out your phone. We're going to do it now. We're not going to do it later. Oh yeah, bring out your phone. Bring out your phones. We are going to follow Lighted Minds Initiative now. And like all their posts. And if you can comment, comment. So I'm giving us 2-3 minutes to do that. Lighted Minds Initiative on Instagram. Ensure to like their posts. Ensure to comment. All right, so the recommendations will be going on as that is being taken.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone.
Technical, please.
Technical,
reduce a little.
Thank you so much for the music. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sure we are enjoying our time here. Okay, so I'll be taking the recommendations from on behalf of the Light Mind Initiative to the Buth community.
I think at this point,
thank God we have the Deputy CMAC here, in person of Dr. Oyewusi, who has been very instrumental in this program. So the first one we have is to establish a functional counseling unit with qualified counselors that are easily accessible to both staff and students, ensuring confidentiality. And I'm sure that one thing everyone will always like, please can we hear me? One thing everyone will always like is, like the person that's the last question said, that no one wants, I mean, if you have issues or something, nobody wants to, like, if you tell someone, you don't want everybody to know about it, right? So that our first recommendation is for us to have a counseling unit with qualified counselors that will be very accessible to both the staffs and also the student, and also ensuring confidentiality. The second one we have is to engage a clinical psychologist who can provide regular consultations, psychological assessment, therapy services with clear referral pathway for those who require specialized care. Then the third one we have here is to organize quarterly mental wellness programs focusing on stress management, burnout prevention, work-life balance, resilience, and self-care for staff and students. I really just want to speak a little about this. How many of us here are students, or maybe you're a student or staff, have never experienced burnout before? If you know you have never experienced burnout before, I'm seeing someone, there's no how. Majority of us, even me, all of us have actually experienced burnout. And it's very important that we have the work-life balance and also burnout prevention. Sincerely, there are ways we can really balance things out as a student. And I think one thing that I will just share is we understand that whenever we are preparing for exams, I mean, those periods are very, very stressful because you want to read 12 weeks work with under 3 days. One thing that can really help you is, prepare early. So those are the things that we will need to learn also. Then the fourth one is to create a self-reporting and support system where individuals can openly discuss emotional, academic, or workplace challenges without fear of stigma, judgment, or victimization. I think one of the biggest problems we have, why people don't really come out, is because they feel that they will be judged or they feel that they will be victimized. And I think if a good support system can be put into place, this will work. The fifth one we have here is provide regular training on emotional intelligence and mental health literacy for staff, students, and leaders to improve communication, empathy, conflict resolution, and early recognition of mental health concerns. Then the sixth one we are having here is introduce periodic mental health screening for staff and students as part of routine wellness initiatives with appropriate follow-up and referrals when needed. The seventh one we have here is to develop and enforce policies that promote well-being, including measures to address bullying, harassment, and excessive workload and workplace or academic stress. So these recommendations are actionable, sustainable, and can significantly improve the mental well-being of both staff and students within the Buth community. Lastly, before I go, I will just talk a little about the burnout that most of us experience. We know that, being a student or working, there are a lot of things that we go through and a whole lot of stress. So one thing I would like to say, one thing that can really save us from stress, not necessarily, is first of all, let's ensure that we have have a plan. Like if you are coming into, for example, now you are starting a new semester or a new program, you're preparing for an exam. One thing that can really help you is, okay, you should know what are you meant to read. And also, you should also read on time. One thing that will really help us is you must actually know yourself. One is that you must know yourself. And you must not compare yourself with someone else. There are people who don't need to stay long reading. For example, you have a friend that does not need to really stay long reading, and you know you need to read for long. You don't compare yourself with your friend. When people are watching movies, you are watching a movie without your same friend that needs 1 hour, and you need 2 hours. After some time, you will notice that you will have to give more time to read when your friend is sleeping and resting. So those are ways that can help us to actually reduce our stress and also help in burnout. Thank you so much.
Can we celebrate him and give him a round of applause? Don't worry, we're already rounding up.
Thank you for those recommendations. I hope we all noted that, so that when you are asked, oh, what did you gain? What solution are you providing from the conference that you went for? You know things to say, you know areas to point at, or direction to point people in. Okay, so.
How many of us have liked and followed our page? If you've liked and followed our page, let me see your hands. All right. The rest.
They are coming.
Please
Their mind matters.
Okay, your mind matters.
Okay, so there's a post on the page, on the Instagram page, for the flyer for the conference. Did you see it? All of you that liked and followed. So we want everyone to drop their comments on that post about what you've learned so far, how it has been for you so far. And who knows?
The best comment
Who knows?
will be leaving with a prize. So ensure that you carefully craft your comment. Don't just put anything. It was great. Or love
Very
and
helpful.
fire. You put love and fire. It was amazing.
Enough
It was
love.
fine. Glory to God. Don't do that one. No. All right.
very
So
thoughtful
we'll
comment.
give us a few minutes to do that.
And while we're doing that, we want to ask questions. So we've taken questions, we've taken observations, all those things, comments, contribution. Now it's our turn to ask questions. And we need 3 volunteers. And these questions we'll be asking, they are
They
not going
will
to be
be
easy.
tough questions.
But you know that
Of
at
course.
the end of the tunnel, there is always what?
There is
Light.
always
At the end, there's light
Serious?
at the end of every tunnel.
eh.
So the light can be a gift, can be a you don't know.
And we
But
can bring the light to the front.
So we want to ask for volunteers to answer the
So
questions.
3
that we have.
volunteers. If you want to volunteer, let me see your hand.
Okay. Oh wow! Please let's celebrate.
Me, I
them.
personally want Olojo to be part of the volunteers.
Why put the man to shame? His mind matters now.
His mind matters.
Yes.
His mind matters. Your mind matters. But at least we should have a guy now.
We should have a guy. Actually.
All right, sir.
Thank
So
you.
can we
much.
celebrate
Let's
Dr. Yusi as he
celebrate.
takes his exit
Very insightful man.
out of the
when
hall?
you see him outside, say hi. I'm sure
Yes.
he will remember us. Thank you, sir, for being here.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, so there's no guy within us. I mean, girls. Well, that's why. Tell your people
Fin is coming. Fin.
to be a part of the giveaway.
All right, so where are the 3 people? Very quickly, we're just going to ask in a few questions. If you raise your hand, please come out.
Please let's
All right, so
celebrate,
can we celebrate them?
It's the last lap, and now we're about to know how has this conference really been for people. Okay. How do we do it now? So we first of all ask. Okay, so how many of you were here at the beginning of the event? Okay, so this question is for the person that was here at the beginning of the event.
Yup.
So, what date was LMI founded?
Oh my God.
And what is the mission? Who is the convener?
Who is
and what
you
is
must
the
mention his name. He's watching
the
live.
date, the convener,
Okiki.
and the mission.
Okiki is watching live. Okiki, so you will know if they really know you.
You will know.
Well, just mention the name.
No, they don't. The full name.
Okay, the full name.
Huh?
Wait now.
No,
I'm not asking you. Were you here at the beginning?
You should have come early.
All right. So, who wants to
who
go
wants to
first?
go back?
Ladies first,
The
Abby.
date,
Ladies
the
first.
convener, and the mission. They were mentioned at the beginning.
Even if you cannot remember everything, at least
And
say
if
one
you
of
don't
them.
know, you can call a friend. It's possible that their friend will know.
Wait first. Wait first. She was not here at the beginning.
It was not you. You can.
She was not here. She was not here at the beginning. So we're going to be asking you. And you. All right. So who wants to go first? What or when was LMI established?
Do you want to phone a friend? 50-50.
You know, you can just say something. You might be correct.
Just might.
I just know that I
I know that the first edition was aired last year, and I know the convener is a nurse, though I actually do not know his name. Okay. And I think the last question, mission. the mission is to make sure that medical practitioners are well in their minds also as they care for people. So that's my own words.
All right. You want to take a try? Okay, part of it.
Nurse Okiki.
Nurse Okiki. Okay.
That's
Though
what
he
I know.
already mentioned that. He already mentioned that.
Actually,
though.
like, so it's comment on the Instagram.
Okay.
So,
All right. Anyone in the crowd wants to answer? You want
you
to
know
answer?
the three, and you know the
Oh, yeah,
mission.
try.
Okay, it's possible.
October 15, 2025.
October what?
15.
Okay.
Then Nurse Adelani Okiki Jesu.
Okay.
Then the mission is promoting mental health and the overall well-being.
This one tough.
So who is the closest? I think we might have to give the closest.
Yes,
So who's the closest?
she's the closest.
She's the closest? All right, can we give a round of applause
Give
for
a round of
her?
applause, sir. Okay.
So don't worry, we're going to give you a gift. You can go back. You're not win two gifts. Yeah. Thank you.
It's not to give.
No, you
Don't
can't
worry.
win two gifts. All right, who else wants to join them on stage? One person.
Okay.
Oh yeah, come. Who
Thank
else?
God we've already asked the one that she can know.
No, that person.
We've already asked the one she can know.
All right,
so
please come on.
Who,
She.
wait, I thought Aniola was coming.
She's coming now. Let her come. Adeola. Where is she? You should not worry.
Okay.
Your brother will say to you.
Why do you have to expose
Oh,
that
Kiki, they said you will say to her.
one? Normal.
All right. So we have 3 amazing ladies over here. And we're going to be asking you a few questions. Your prizes to be won. I think before that,
Fastest finger. Okay. Do you have it?
yeah, we'll be calling out one more fastest. That's my money.
This pocket,
Who uses glue?
This pocket is deep. Oh.
Do we have people that use glue? Okay.
Wow.
So I'm calling glue now. Glue. Glue is it everywhere you go? No.
No.
What's it be glue again?
Grandmasters of data.
Glue is unlimited.
Is it unlimited? I thought it's
Are you sure it's
Grandmasters of
unlimited?
Glow. Grandmasters
What's
of data.
Airtel? It's only MTM I know. Everywhere you go.
What's Airtel? I didn't even hear.
Wow. All right. 72171 71069693554. That's all. Okay, you think who got it?
Wow.
She's just quiet.
She's just,
You would think she's quiet. She was just
her ears are
humble.
made for this. Thank you. Please
All right,
celebrate
congratulations.
yourself. Celebrate her.
All right, so we can ask the question.
So I want you to imagine yourselves as panelists. I hope we're all together. So I want you to imagine yourselves as panelists. You're going to pick one speaker and then summarize everything that they said. I said summarize because of time. Summarize every key point that you noted from there. We don't just want a generic answer. So you pick one speaker, and once one person picks one speaker, the other person cannot pick the same speaker. So who will go first? Can we do rock, paper, scissors, shoot for that? Just because I like the game. Okay, let's do rock, paper, scissors, shoot. So I'll say 1, 2, 3, go, and then you do it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, she would go first. Please, let's celebrate her.
Okay, I'm going to be picking the keynote speaker. I think the summary of all she said, she gave us a lecture on survivor mode. she defined survival mode, where it's just a state of where you are just existing and just enduring. And she also gave us what are the futures or the things you will notice in yourself when you're in survival mode. And she mentioned being overwhelmed, being distancing yourself from people, you being irritable, and she explained them. Also, she also gave a lot of example about being in survival mode. Then she bring it to thriving. She explained what thriving is. Like, let me just say it in a simple word. You not looking like what you are going through. That means you are not letting your challenges to define how your life goes. And she also gave what are the characteristics of the things you will see in yourself when you are thriving. You have a good support system. You are in the best space mentally. And she went ahead to discuss mental resilience, that she said that mental resilience is like the bridge between survival mode and you thriving. So there's no how you will not have issues or there will not be challenges in life, but you able to balance both is mental resilience. And she also discussed how you can be mental resilient, things you can do, watching movies, journaling, talking to God, gratitude, and also, I think that was it. And she also, at the end, she talks about the fact that it's not just about surviving, it's about thriving. And when she was on the panel, she also mentioned most of the things that was in her notes. She also talked about something about making your workspace feel safe and homey. Like, you don't have to just let it be a safe space for you, not just that you are just there and just trying to survive everything. And she used a lot of our own personal
5 more seconds
so that we can relate to it and bring the lesson more home.
3, 2, 1, 0. Can we give a round of applause for her? I think she did a very good job.
You can take my phone. You can take everything I own.
Bring it now. You know, go collect.
My mind matters.
Your mind matters.
Please, let's celebrate her. That was really good. Okay.
Someone is already drinking Gary. You don't even know who gave us. Your mind matters.
Let me remind us that the CEO of Tifes Gary Mix is our very own nurse, Adele.
Our keynote speaker. Can we give a round of applause for nurse Adele?
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you for gracing us with Gary. Gary. If you have your Gary, can you lift it up? Can you lift your Gary up? Gary's life. What happened to the Holy Ghost? Oh, I said I was going to be professional. I was not going to talk about the Holy Ghost. Do you know that my partner literally warned me? He said I should be professional.
Does that mean we'll not bring Christ into it? But which one is? I see 3 people here.
I'm actually seeing 3 people. Now, I'm seeing 3 people like this, but 3 people that will win the giveaway.
Clock it, everybody, clock it.
Amen.
Celebrate yourself.
Amen.
It's amen.
Sorry.
I think we've come to the end of this event, so
we can do what is in my mind, Abby.
No, don't do what's in your mind.
Where's F Jazz?
Mind matters.
Where's F Jazz? All right. Okay. So I think she did a good job. All right, next. Who did she choose?
No, they did rock, paper, scissors. She won, so you have to do yours again. Okay.
You go win now, Yanishala. I trust you.
Because this one, she asked who she wants to speak on. If she wins, she might speak on who she wants to.
Oh, yeah now. Sharp now. You're doing
1, 2, 3, go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Come on, get in Joe.
So I would be speaking on the students. That's right.
Sharp.
So something that really stood out for me when she talked during the panel section was about when we feel overwhelmed, we should eat and sleep.
That's the one you picked. Eat and sleep. But that's a good one. Yeah. That's a good one. Continue.
So, because mostly as a student, you feel overwhelmed, especially during the exam period. So she advised that we eat and sleep first. Then after that, we should wake up, then do the next thing, make our plans for what to read, and also follow them. I also picked out something that we should always make plans. But plans is not something I'm really good with, but I'll try. So she said we should make plans and follow the plans. And when we are overwhelmed, we should take a deep breath before we continue.
All right, so a round of applause for her.
Thank you so much for
Eunice, is that what you said? You sure? I know about the eat and sleep.
No, she said she was.
Of course. Thank you so much.
So,
all right, let me call the last fastest finger before we go to the last person. So this is Glow. Also, Glow 7229973109326. I know somebody saying, "Omo, I don't drop my phone." Who got it? Should I call it again?
I'm sure nobody got it. Some people have written half. Oh. Then when you call it again, they will write the rest.
So let me call it from the back.
Exactly.
I'm calling it from the back.
See, I got them.
Technica, you are begging. Technica is begging. Say, Technica, don't leave our work. Technica.
He said fastest finger.
And we have shouted out already.
Justice for camera women.
Okay. All right, so 722-999-73109-3267. Ash. Who got it? Again?
Wow.
After you came down. Sorry. Share some to her now. And the girl is very quiet. She didn't even talk. She just the press.
Observant. Mental resilience. She was resilient. Let's celebrate her.
She was resilient.
Celebrate yourselves as well. Thank you so much.
All right, so our last person.
Our last panelist.
Dr. Yusi.
Okay.
I mean, you said too many things.
Right. I would start from the spoken word artist.
Wow. That's amazing, really.
Even the music was kind of somehow high, but when she started, it was as if she was speaking directly to me. So I listened carefully, and some of the things she said that I grabbed was that you tried picking yourself up, and you feel like, oh, it's not like you are improving, it's not like you're moving, but it's not like you are just existing, it's not like you are surviving. You trying to pull yourself up shows that you are thriving, shows that you are trying, shows that you are going somewhere. And Nurse Adoshi said something about crying, that's an effect of balancing your and a method of mental resilience. Yes, she said when you cry, I mean, you feel like you're pouring everything down at that moment, and afterward you feel light. Yes, I actually have done that before, and I stopped it. But now that she mentioned it, I picked a point from it that you pouring yourself out to God makes you feel light, makes you know the next thing to do, makes you see the next thing. It's not like you're crying and you're leaving it there. You did what you have to do, you clean your face, and you strategize for the next thing. And Daddy, Dr. Oyenisi,
okay,
yeah, he said something about discipline as a leader. Even as a student, you have to keep your ground. You have to be disciplined. Don't just carry your leadership ability everywhere. There are some places that you learn. There are some places that you have to volunteer. There are some places that you have to support. It's not all about your leadership instinct alone, but you have to learn to be a follower also. So these are the things that
Can we give a round of applause for her?
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And okay, I think I should go on.
Yes.
Oh. All right. So now we have come to the end of this particular phase, and we'll be giving out the prizes. Of course, everyone that has come out, since they were resilient, we're going to give each and every one of them a gift. You're going to leave here with a gift. And I remember the host of this program had to call us. He said, gift. The gift.
Must earn it.
They must earn it. He said we spent money. I think the gifts are kind of expensive, right? You know, they got books from Commanding Liberty, a few journals, and some other stuff. And they worth some money. I mean, above 5,000. That's how much they worth. So please don't carry this book and not go and read it. Say you are hearing me. You're in solar.
Maybe in the next next conference, we'll ask them, what do you like
Yes,
from people?
that's what we'll do.
Well, money must be maximum.
Please come and snap them. Capture their faces.
Okay.
All right. So,
we'll be presenting High Road Leadership by John C. Maxwell to you.
can we celebrate that? You like John C. Maxwell?
Yeah.
You like him? This guy is so amazed. Thank you. I'm after you. If you read finish, I'll go read next.
So we'll be presenting how successful people think to your name.
You're in
Oh,
Solar.
you're in Solar. Please, let's celebrate her.
So that means you'll be successful very soon.
Very successful.
You know, say you know me now.
Please keep this for after the.
No, ma, she know me.
And we'll be presenting Fear Fighters, how to live with confidence in a world driven by fear.
Woo! Can we give a round of applause for her as they go back to their seats?
Thank you very much. Well done.
You see what resilience can cause. Just come out. No matter what you say, you're going to get a gift.
No, not what to say.
Okay, no matter what you say.
No matter what.
But at least now,
But I mean,
you
you
talk
get
something.
the concept.
You get the idea.
Okay, so now we'll be checking the comments on the page. Have we commented?
Don't worry, we'll check the one that have commented.
Oh, they were
That's
all
the
learning.
winner.
Okay, so maybe at the end of the program, we'll check that.
Yeah,
And then
and we're going to give to the best comment. We'll choose the best comment,
the most thoughtful,
and we'll give the most thoughtful
emotionally
comment,
evoking comment.
and we're going to give a gift to that person. So please ensure that you don't just write one word.
It was great.
It was great, or you now put crying emoji, and you didn't cry.
I really didn't cry. Okay, so Buth Mental Health Conference 2.0 is surviving enough.
Okay.
They always do this. Always. Please celebrate yourselves. Okay, right about now, we would be calling on our student speaker, Adeyemo Eunice, to give a brief talk about the Lighted Mind initiatives. Please, let's
So she'll be
welcome
doing that
her
in the
on
next
stage.
3 minutes. She'll be doing that in the next 3 minutes.
Okay. So good afternoon, everybody, once again. So I think majority of us know the beginning part, the year, the date, the Lighted Mind initiative came up. So I will not be boring you with that. So I'll just be going straight into what we are. And Lighted Minds Initiative is a mental health initiative and a non-governmental organization. And our main aim is to make sure that everybody around us, everybody that we can reach as much as we can reach, take care of their mental health and are actually thriving mentally. And that means that we as an association and an organization, we are very intentional about the mental health of people around us by carrying out webinars, conference, symposium, public education. And one of our conferences is this one that you are currently in now. And we also create awareness using social media. We have our Monday Lighted Monday post, and there we just post about, we send quotes and motivational statements to encourage people even as they go around their weeks and things they do in their day-to-day activity, to make them know that they are not alone in doing the things they do. And we'd love you to join us, partner with us, follow our social media page. We have a Twitter handle, Instagram, Telegram, Facebook, yes. And if you have any other social media that you would like us to be there also, you can reach out to me. And if you need any more information about the initiative, you can actually reach out to me on Nurse Ade Oshun or on Nurse Oladapo. Thank you very much.
Please, let's celebrate her for that. Thank you so much. Now, we'll be talking about the brands that have sponsored this event. And I want you to pay careful attention. This is the last section of this event, and then we'll be going home. Who is ready to go home and go and be mentally resilient? Okay, So the first brand is Commanding Liberty. They are the ones that sponsor the books and the journals that we've given out. Please celebrate.
Can we give a
them.
round of applause for Commanding Liberty?
So about the brand, Commanding Liberty is a knowledge-driven, personal and community brand built on the conviction that a higher quality of life is possible through methodical reading, lived truth, and spiritual alignment.
The brand exists as a response to the gap between possessing knowledge and living a life that reflects it, helping individuals move from internal dissatisfaction and secret tears into clarity, maturity, and purpose.
Commanding Liberty operates through a ripple effect approach, transforming the individual first and then influencing families, teams, and communities by encouraging disciplined engagement with truth, value, and wisdom through reading and mentorship.
All right.
Please, let's celebrate the brand.
Commanding Liberty.
And then they encourage everyone to, employ the tool of employ mental resilience through journaling and reading. So you can reach out to them whether you want to purchase books or journals, anything that basically.
Or you need a community of readers to keep you accountable. Yeah, you can.
You can reach out to them, meet any of the.
We're going to send the link out so that you can reach out to them.
Okay, we'll send the link out. So the second brand is Tifes Gary Mix.
We have the CEO present in our midst. Can we celebrate the CEO?
Okay.
Better know her now when she blow. I was there. I was there.
So Tifes Gary Mix is a classic combo of gari, sugar, granite, and milk. It is easy and convenient. Just add water. You can enjoy it at school, work, home, or on the go. On the go as you are going.
As you are walking like this now, you
That's
can
a coping mechanism. Okay, so you can place your order via 080-898-61458. I'll take it again, 080-898-61458. Or you can follow her on Instagram at Tifes Gary Mix.
All right. We also have Eve Redeemed Initiative, which is also a sponsor. Can we celebrate Eve Redeemed Initiative? So ERI is a Christian non-governmental organization founded in the year 2021. The initiative exists to restore, empower, educate, and equip girls, ladies, and women with spiritual truth, health awareness, and practical knowledge for purposeful living. By the grace of God, hundreds of lives have been impacted through secondary school outreaches, radio broadcasts, social media content, and book publications. Eve Redeemed Coaching Academy, an arm of the organization, is having a maiden cohort by the 8th of August. She's having a maiden cohort for young ladies between the ages of 13 to 23 years. And for more inquiries about the membership and activities, you can contact 081-6123-1496. So take that again, 081-6123-1496.
Please, let's celebrate all
Can we
our
celebrate
sponsors
all our
and
sponsors?
Thank you for making this event a success from
We are
wherever you're
grateful.
watching. Thank you.
You know it's you. Jesus. You want to ask you a question? Well done, Abby. I think it's easier to preach.
Okay, say that thing what to say. Let me
I think it's easier to
break
preach
it down for you.
than to do
No,
this
it's
thing.
not. No, it's not. Okay, so we have come to the end of the event.
We are now on 42 followers. We're on 30 something before. If you have not followed, please go and follow the page. Lighted Minds Initiative.
And now we'll be taking the closing remarks and the vote of thanks by our very own convener, Nurse Adelani Okiki.
Are we ready with his Nurse Adelani Okiki? How is she?
distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Numbers tell stories, and here is one. Did you know that 1 in every 6 young Nigerians live with a mental challenge? And I'm here to tell you that this conference has been a beacon of hope and resilience. And it is my great privilege to deliver the vote of thanks. I give thanks to God Almighty who has spared our lives to see this beautiful day and the conference. The Vice Chancellor, Bowen University, the Provost, the Director of Student Support Services, heads of departments, College of Health Sciences, the chaplaincy and members of staff. The President, BBSF KCF, the newly inducted Dr. Odedeji Iyanoluwa, a new lifesaver in town, presidents and members of every association represented here. The Chief Medical Director, Bowen University Teaching Hospital, the Chief Medical Advisory Chairman, the Head of Nursing Services, and members of staff, Bowen University Teaching Hospital, the Provost, College of Nursing Sciences, and members of staff, our sponsors, family, friends, relatives, the core members, NACA Block, and colleagues. Thank you for giving and your sacrifices towards the conference. We are very grateful. Honestly, I really cannot overemphasize how much the sacrifices have done for this conference. Our partners, Bowen Baptist Students Fellowship, Commanding Liberty Books, Eve Redeemed Initiative, and Tifes Gary Mix, the Students' Companion. Thank you so much. We look forward to future partnerships. The organizing committee, Buth Mental Health Conference 2.0. The team lead, a big shout out to Nurse Oladapo. The deputy team lead, a big shout out to Dr. Amao, the great FJazz. The executive members and workforce of the Lighted Minds Initiative. Thank you so much for your work. Executives, BBSF, KCF, the hosts, moderator, speakers, honored guests, team heads, volunteers, and participants. Thank you so much for your hard work, dedication, and consistency. You all are special. Quickly, let me talk about how Nosoladapo disturbed me so much. I mean, thank you so much for holding things together, even in my absence. Thank you so much. I'm thanking you from the northern part of Nigeria. So just know that this thank you is not ordinary. With BMHC 2.0, I'm sure we've been made to understand that surviving is not enough. I want you to know that surviving is not enough. And success can only be defined through resilience. And I'm sure our speakers, our hosts, and even our panelists, they've done justice to this. And it is on this note that I'm saying, anticipate Buth Mental Health Conference 3.0. We are counting on your support and your participation. Share the news on your social media platforms.
Everybody, thank you. Please, let's celebrate our convener. It's not bad to have so many
Convener just they thank everybody. So you not thank me. He thanked me. Nurse Adelani.
This is where I step back from.
I love you.
Okay.
All right.
So
I think we found our winner.
For the comment section.
For the comment session.
Everyone said beautiful things.
If you are the winner, just stand up. The other lady said, "Will you sit down?" Say, "I read your comment." It's not it. Is that what you're trying to say? I read your comment. It's not the one. No, all right. So if you know you are the winner, you get stand up. Say, "Now you winner." Stand up with your full chest. No fear. You know, say you winner. Stand up with your full chest.
But if you're not the winner now, it's resilience. That
you will now sit down with resilience.
With resilience.
You will sit down with resilience.
Okay. So
you have sat down with resilience.
Okay. So our winner goes by the handle
I'm reliving this thing now.
Our winner goes by the handle.
Drum rolls, drum rolls, drum rolls, drum rolls, drum rolls. Me! Abby? Okay, it's not me.
Not you.
I didn't even comment.
Far from it.
Ah.
Far from it. Okay, so our winner goes by the handle. I am a love ambassador.
Oh, go, girl, go.
And she actually stood up.
Yeah, she was
we've
confident
not said-
that
we've not
waiting
said-
I right.
We've not said come forward for the gift now. What's she coming for?
We just called you as a contender. We are joking, we are joking, we are joking.
Okay,
So can we
please,
celebrate her? Please, what's your name?
Olabisi.
Olabisi. No heart attack, relax. Your mental health is our priority. It matters a lot.
Mine matters. So
Do you have anything to say to them?
Nothing. Oh, okay. I have something to say. That I came last year, and because of the experience of last year, I told myself that no matter what, I don't even care if I'm having an exam, I'll be here this year. It pains me that this is my last year having being in this conference, so I will miss this conference.
And who knows, you could be invited as a speaker one day.
You know, I feel like crying because I was privileged to be the host of last year.
So how is that emotional?
Asabi Nabi. Asabi.
I was privileged to be the audience last year.
Grace,
I'm also
brother.
emotional.
Grace is grace. All right, so we present you a journal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Say,
everybody.
thank you, everyone.
This has been such a safe space. Everybody is happy for each other. Everyone is smiling.
So let's just give ourselves 1 minute to hug ourselves. Say thank you for
Somebody
coming.
new.
Greet
Say hi to
yourselves.
somebody.
Don't kiss.
Including you, Joy. Say hi to somebody.
No kissing. No kissing. Yes, just hug.
Our brother, say hi to somebody.
And say hi to someone that you've not met.
Before.
Thank you for coming for Mental Health Conference. See you at Buth Mental Health Conference 3.0.
And we remain your
And we remain your
humble host.
Okay, is that what I was supposed to say it? Let's say it again. Is that what I was supposed to say it?
Yes.
Let's say it now.
So see you at Buth Mental Health Conference 3.0.
And we remain your humble host,
the mediator and
the gift. See you guys.
Thank you very much. It was a great time.
Yeah.
Take care of yourselves. Bye. What matters? Thank you so much.